Hello BookTube, welcome back to my 2026 library tour. In this episode, the beginning of 3 parts of British history. I am now on this other side of a bookcase I have that is like open shelving. There is no back to it, so I can use it as a double-sided bookcase. So let's get started. I'm going to begin with some books on top, starting with The Queen by Matthew Dennison. This is a pretty crappy biography of Queen Elizabeth II. I really did not like it at all. Next is The Brothers York, an English tragedy by Thomas Penn. I think this is a book about the Wars of the Roses, but I have not read it. And The Last White Rose, The Secret Wars of the Tudors by Desmond Seward. This is Tudor history. Have not read it either. Next is The Last King of America, The Misunderstood Reign of George III by Andrew Roberts. So this is a massive biography and reappraisal of King George III, who in American historiography or historical mythology is the bad guy, but he very much, according to Roberts, was not the bad guy. This is a really good book. I really enjoyed reading it. I also enjoyed reading Two Houses, Two Kingdoms, A History of France and England, 1100 to 1300 by Catherine Hanley. So this is a history of England and France from the reign of Henry I, and I'm forgetting the exact French king, but it's that reign up to the beginning of, I think, Edward I, and the other French king. Pretty good book. I quite enjoyed it. Moving forward in time, George VI and Elizabeth by The Marriage That Saved the Monarchy by Sally Bedell Smith. So this is a dual biography of King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Have not read it. And going back to their daughter, A Voyage Around the Queen by Craig Brown. So this is a kind of biography of Queen Elizabeth I that I have not read. Queen Elizabeth II. Although we will be getting to Queen Elizabeth I here in a second. But first, another book about Queen Elizabeth II. The Last Queen, Elizabeth II's 70-year battle to save the House of Windsor by Clive Irving. Have not read it. Now we get to Elizabeth I. This is Elizabeth I by Anne Somerset. So this is a biography of her. I have not read it. Next is Victoria's Century, the United Kingdom, 1800 to 1906 by David Kennedy. So this is a history of Victorian Britain, although a little bit before Victoria as well. I think I might have tried this book and didn't get on with it, if memory serves. Sticking with my biography of British monarchs, I have Victoria the Queen, an intimate biography of the woman who ruled an empire by Julia Baird. This is a pretty good biography of Victoria. The Foundations of Medieval England by Geo Sales. Oh, this is... I don't quite know what this is. I have never gotten around to reading it. The next 2 books are by Adrian Tenniswood. The first is The Power and the Glory, Life in the English Country House Before the Great War. So this is a great house history focusing on the Victorian period and the Edwardian period and the early Georgian period before the First World War. This one is not nearly as good as Noble Ambitions, The Fall and Rise of the English Country House After World War II. This is a pretty good book. I really enjoyed it when I read it. And next is back to George III, A Royal Experiment, The Private Life of King George III by Janice Hadlow. I did not get on with this book. And then the last book on this shelf is 1688, The First Modern Revolution by Steve Pincus. So this is about the Glorious Revolution that I've never gotten to. So that concludes this first shelf. I will be back Monday with the second shelf, and then the third shelf will be more British history, and then I'll finish off on Wednesday with the last shelf of this bookcase, which is not British history. And then I will move over to the end shelves of this bookcase here, and then I will tackle the middle shelves the following week. So there will be two more weeks of history for the library tour before I move on to fiction, poetry, and drama. So until next time, BookTube, thank you. Have a great rest of your afternoon.